Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. And I would like to say thank you to Myers for the membership. 6 months. Wow. You're fantastic and amazing. I love the support you give me and I give back. I was on your live stream earlier and it was really fun. And then we got Charmaine. Hello, sis. I'm enjoying your cards. They're really they're not like the other card readings and stuff. They're different, and I like that. And we got Diane. Hello, welcome. Yes, so tonight, as you can see in the photo, it says scary riddles, puzzling riddles for adults to solve. I wrote for adults to solve because for maybe, I don't know, if you thought it was Three Little Pigs or something for kids there. Especially the content of the stories tonight are very adult rated, like not in the sex way, in another way, violent way, very violent. So that's why I wrote adult only, please. Hey, Face the Ace, hello, welcome. Debbie, hello, Debbie. How are you? Hope you're feeling good. Dee Dee, new member. Wow. Thank you, Dee Dee. My little brother, he's such an awesome dude. Go get your membership so I can do the same. Amy, hello, sis. I'm happy you got some good service for a while. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Oh, wow. So lucky to have all these wonderful people. It's nice to see your faces. Okay, so I'm going to start and I'm going to explain a bit as I go on these stories. Like I said, keep in mind they can get a little violent, so please excuse the stories. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the stories, and then at the end, we're going to have to try and find the answers to these stories because of the way they end off. You're there like, okay, is there something else? There's missing something. So you're going to have to fill that part in. So here we go with the first one. Oh, here we go. So yeah, for tonight, the title, the rules, whatever, the explanation, it goes like this: riddles for adults, puzzling riddles for adults to solve, and scary stories with hidden meanings. These brain teasers will bugle the mind. Try and figure out the creepy hidden message in each story and come up with a solution. So that's what we're going to be doing. So here we go. I got this photo now. This is a nice photo. I won't change for the rest of the evening though. Okay, so riddle number one. I only have 6 riddles. So this is riddle number one. Strange note, it's called. A few years ago, my older brother went crazy and stabbed my sister to death and attacked my parents. The police managed to subdue him before he killed them too. Then he's been in a mental hospital ever since, and we never visit him. This morning we got a letter from him in the mail. The postmarked was yesterday. I opened it, and inside I found a strange note. This is what it read: tonight the wind blows colder still. All I know is darkness, never light. The pain will break strongest hearts. My dreams still escape my grasp. I couldn't make sense out of it, so I went to the kitchen and gave it to my mother. As soon as she finished reading it, her face went pale and the note slipped from her fingers. She rushed to the front door and started screaming. Cody, howdy, howdy. So that is the Bat Rican. Wow, hi, Bat Rican. Nice to see you. Nice to see Cody too. Everyone, nice to see everyone. So that was the first riddle. I don't know what you guys think about that one. So you're going to have to try and figure out what the message means. Adrian, hello, Adrian. Thanks for coming by. Okay, so now we will move on to the second riddle. The second riddle is, or should I start the first riddle over since people are popping in? Yeah, okay, I'll start the first riddle over. So if you missed it, you'll know what we're talking about. It's not that long. Okay, so I'll start everything over, the rules and everything. So tonight it's riddles for adults, puzzling riddles for adults to solve, and scary stories with hidden meanings. These brain teasers will bugle the mind. Try and figure out the creepy hidden meaning in each story and come up with a solution. Okay, so the first riddle, the title is Strange Note. A few years ago, my older brother went crazy. He stabbed my sister to death and attacked my parents. The police managed to subdue him before he killed them too. He's been in a mental hospital ever since, and we never visit him. This morning we got a letter from him in the mail. The postmark was yesterday. I opened it, and inside I found a strange note. This is the note that you're going to have to solve, okay? Like what it really means. It says, okay, tonight the wind blows colder still. All I know is darkness, never light. The pain will break strongest hearts. My dreams still escape my gasp. I couldn't make sense out of it, so I went to the kitchen and gave it to my mother. As soon as she finished reading it, her face went pale and the note slipped from her fingers. She rushed to the front door and started screaming. So that's the first scary story, that you have to find the meaning in the note that they got by the mail, but we'll get back to it at the end. So that's the first story. Now the second one, the second riddle is Poor Girl. A girl endured terrible bullying every day at school. Some of the girls in her class would even take her to a secluded place and beat her up so nobody would see them doing it. One day, the girl was found lying dead in a pool of blood in the school's toilets. The teacher said it was suicide. She had sliced her own wrist and bled to death. They said she left a note behind. It read, "Please excuse the unfortunate mess. I committed suicide, but it was not because I was bullied." That's the end of that one. That is creepy. There's something missing. Like, why would she write that like that? I don't know. Usually you say, "Oh, sorry, mom, love you," or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, we will move on to riddle number 3 now. This one is called Taking Out the Trash. This morning I was awoken by banging and cluttering. My wife was downstairs making breakfast. She doesn't usually make this much noise. I went downstairs to the kitchen. My wife had her back to me and she was cutting something up in the sink. I said, "Good morning," but she ignored me. Then I remembered what happened last night. My wife caught me cheating on her and we had a violent argument. So today she must be giving me the silent treatment. How long can that last? Sorry about that. Then it goes on to say, I sat down at the table and asked her when breakfast would be ready, but she continued to ignore me. Then I looked at the clock. It was almost time to go to work. I raced upstairs and hurriedly changed into my suit. When I came back down, my wife was out in the garden doing something. I always take out the trash before I go to work, so I grabbed the big black plastic bag in the kitchen. It was unusually heavy. She hadn't just double bagged it, she had used about 4 or 5 black garbage bags. I dragged it out to the end of the driveway and left it on the curb. It was so heavy. I wonder what was in there. My curiosity got the better of me. I untied the knot and took a look inside. Oh, what did we find? Chopping you up in the sink. Yeah, chopping those parts there. Those special parts. Gonna make some soup. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So remember that story. He looked in the garbage bag. What did he find? We don't know yet. So riddle number 4. Like I said, I have 6 riddles. So riddle number 4, dead body. One day I was watching the news when the house I used to live in as a child came up on the screen. It was a breaking news story. They said the dead body of a girl was found buried in the backyard. I was so shocked. I grabbed my phone and called my dad immediately to tell him about it. So here we go. Here it says, Dad, are you watching the news? I asked. No, he replied. Why? You'll never guess what happened. I gasped breathlessly. Remember the old house where we used to live? Well, it's on the news. They found a dead body buried in the backyard. The police are questioning the owners right now. What? He replied. Are you serious? Wow, that's scary. Yeah, it is scary, I said. What if it was there back when we were living in the house? We could have been walking back and forth in the garden all the time, unaware that there was a corpse beneath our feet. It freaks me out just to think about it. Wow. Me too, he said. I never noticed anything while we were living there, but it's scary. It's a scary thought. Of course, I feel bad for the parents. Yeah, I do too. They must have been worried sick. I wonder who buried her there, he said. It it gives me the creeps just thinking about it. It gives me the creeps just thinking about it. Well, the police are investigating it now, I said. They'll probably get to the bottom of it eventually. I hope so, said the dad. Hmm. Ice cream, Iceman. Hi, Iceman. Welcome. Okay, so that one's kind of strange. They found a dead body in the yard. Okay, riddle number 5. I like this one. Riddle number 5. Apartment building. There's an old vacant apartment building near me. The city is planning to demolish it soon. I often pass by it on my way home from work. A number of people have committed suicide there by jumping to their deaths. Because of that, they say the ghosts of the suicide victims still haunt the building. At night, the area is quite eerie because there are no street lights. One night, I had to stay late at work, and it was almost 11 p.m. when I was walking home. I was passing by the apartment building, and it was creeping me out. Sorry. Just then I looked up and spotted a shadowy figure on the roof. I thought it was a ghost. My heart almost stopped. Then I took a closer look, and I could make out a person standing there on the roof. All of a sudden, the person jumped. I watched as the figure fell to the ground and landed with a sickening thud. It was horrible. Yeah. I rushed over and saw that it was a woman. She was lying in a pool of blood on the concrete. Her head was split open, and her arms were and legs were twisted at odd angles. I immediately called an ambulance on my cell phone. The whole thing upset me so much. I was shaking, and I thought I was going to be sick. Some people must have heard the sound of her hitting the concrete. When I looked up, people in the apartment building were leaning over their balconies trying to get a look. Soon the ambulance came and took her away. When I got home, I couldn't sleep a wink. I couldn't get the memory of that horrible scene out of my mind. That one's creepy. Okay, so that was riddle number 5. I'm on the last riddle now, riddle number 6, and then we'll get to the answers to these riddles. Let's see who can get good answers. Okay, so riddle number 6, argument. Okay, there was a married couple who lived in an apartment building with their young daughter. The husband and wife never got along and were always arguing. One day, they started to quarrel over something small. Their daughter was sitting on the windowsill, listening to them shout at each other. The argument turned into a big screaming match. The daughter couldn't stand it to listen to it anymore, so she left. When the parents realized their daughter was gone, they looked out the window and saw her outside. They felt very guilty, so they followed her. That's it. Marianne, hello, hello. So, all the riddles are read. Now we will get to the answers. I wonder what the answers will be. So, I'm just going to put up my page here. So, for the first one, the first riddle, the strange note, the answer to it. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to read the note to you guys again, but you're going to have to do this. Read the first word of the first line, second word of the second line, and so on. The message will appear. So I'll read the message and see if you can figure it out. Maybe write it down, it'll help. I don't know. It's only 4 sentences. So here we go for this one. It's tonight the wind blows colder still. All I know is darkness, never light. The pain will break strongest hearts. My dreams still escape my grasp. Okay, so the answer to this riddle is just simply tonight I will escape. From those 4 sentences, that's the answer you get. Tonight I will escape. Yes, you got it, Myers. Debbie, too. And that one was fun. Okay, the next one was the little girl that was bullied. Poor girl. Okay, this one is the bullies killed her and wrote the note to make it look like suicide. Ooh, I'm not surprised with that one. Okay, we will. Yep, that's what I thought too. Yeah, it was easy to think about this one, I think, since they were taking her in secluded areas and said, it's not because I was bullied. You're saying it right there. Okay, the next one, taking out the trash. The man that's getting the cold shoulder from his wife. What's that all about? The wife killed him. He was a ghost, and that is why his wife couldn't hear him. Yeah. Yeah, he's a ghost. That's a funny one. And the next one was, okay, the dead body, the boy that calls his dad, talking about the old house they used to live in. The boy's father is the killer. He knew that the dead body found was a girl. Yeah. If you listened double carefully, I, he never said, he just said a dead body. He didn't say anything else. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then the next one was the apartment, the abandoned building apartments. The apartment was vacant. The people who were looking were ghosts. The people that came out on their balconies and tried to look were the people that lived there, and they were ghosts. You got that one? Yeah, it was kind of like easy to solve because like it says it in the beginning, it's vacant. Okay, so for the next one, uh, okay, that's the vacant. Okay, the little girl in the sitting on the window, on the windowsill. The girl jumped out of the window as she couldn't bear their fighting. They lived in an apartment, and her parents, feeling guilty, followed her and jumped too. Ooh. No, she didn't fall. She intentionally jumped, and her parents went after her. That one was weird. So that's all the riddles I have for tonight. It was a nice short one, but lots of work. Doesn't show for you guys, but for me it was. So if you missed the beginning, you just go back and rewatch, rewind like a VHS rewind. Yeah, so this was really fun. I'm gonna have more like this, but later on, not to bore people with all of this. But I can show you next week's thumbnail to get you wondering what that would be about. It is ready. It is right here. Woohoo! Look at that. Scary phone numbers. So, if I have the guts, I'm going to call those scary numbers live in front of you guys just to see what happens. So, oh my God, yes. I'm going to need lots of courage. Yeah, I'm really going to try and see what happens like today. I guess they had scary numbers. Something happened. So I'm going to call, but I don't think something's going to happen to me. I don't know. We don't know. So I found that one interesting too. Can't wait to do it. I don't know if it's going to be as short as tonight, but hey, well, we got 30 minutes in. That's fun. Just to be safe. Yeah, I'll have someone else test them before I go live. And if they disappear on me, well, okay, I won't do it. So I would like to thank my members for being members and for everything they do for the channel. And I would like to thank Double D Paranormal for becoming a member. Thank you so much, Donnie. You're amazing. And I love you so much. And thank you, everyone, for coming by. And the voodoo doll. Make the voodoo doll call them. Yeah. So thank you, everyone, for coming by tonight. This was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And on that note, if you liked this live stream, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more live streams like this. And I'll see you around the broom somewhere. Love you all very much. Without you guys, I am nothing. Have a good week.